There's a smell that hits you before anything else. You lean down to say good morning to your dog, and it comes up sour and thick, sweet in a way that's gone wrong. Most folks call it dog breath and think nothing of it. I want you to do one thing. Lift the lip on that big fang tooth and look at the ones along the cheek. You'll see it. A brown-yellow crust packed along the line where tooth meets gum. And right above it, a thin red thread where the gum has gone angry and started to pull back. That's not the clean white mouth your dog had at 2 years old. That crust is tartar. That red line is the gum giving way. Most folks reach for what the pet aisle hands them. A bag of tartar control kibble, a dental stick after supper, maybe a squirt of something in the water bowl. Month after month, buying and buying while the crust keeps building right under their nose. The other road is the vet's cleaning under anesthesia. $400, $500, $600 and up. Real work, sometimes needed, but priced so most folks put it off until it's a crisis. Now I want you to sit with something. There is a habit that costs a few cents a day, goes right in the bowl and the daily routine that stops that crust from ever taking hold. And almost nobody selling dog food has a reason to tell you about it. I keep working dogs and barn animals here in Lancaster County, same as the men before me, who knew a dog with a bad mouth can't work and can't eat. So I'll be straight with you right at the start. The title says tartar vanishes in a day. Here's the honest truth, which is more useful. Nothing you pour in a bowl dissolves hard tartar overnight. Once it's cemented on, only a vet's tools take it off. But the soft film that turns into tartar, that you can stop cold every single day before it ever hardens. So here's what I'll give you. 3 cheap things, a 2-minute daily habit, and the signs that tell you whether your dog needs the vet first. And the thing everyone trusts to clean the teeth, that crunch of dry kibble, is the very thing that's been letting the crust build. Let me tell you what's really going on inside that mouth, because once you see it plain, everything else makes sense. Plaque is a soft, sticky film. Bacteria settle on the teeth within hours of your dog eating. Run your fingernail along a tooth, and that faint gray smear you'd feel, that's it. Wipe it off, and it's gone. But leave it a day or two, and the minerals in your dog's own spit turn that soft film hard. Now it's tartar, cemented to the tooth like plaster to a wall, and no brush, no chew, no thing you pour in a bowl will lift it. Only a vet's tool pops it loose. Here's the part most folks miss. The brown you can see on the tooth isn't the real trouble. The real trouble creeps down under the gum line where your eye can't reach. That's where the bacteria dig in and rot the roots, loosen the teeth, and slip into the blood to wear on the heart and the kidneys. So the whole game is simple. You can't melt off what's already hard, but you can stop the soft film every single day before it ever gets the chance to turn to stone. Now let me tell you why the things most folks lean on don't do the job. Take the tartar control kibble. The idea sounds right. A hard, crunchy piece that scrubs the tooth as the dog bites. But watch a dog eat kibble sometime. Most of them barely chew it. They gulp. And the piece that does get bitten shatters like a dry cracker, breaking apart at the tip of the tooth and never touching the gum line where the trouble lives. It cleans the one spot that was never the problem. Dental sticks are much the same. Read the bag. Mostly starch, often a bit of sugar, bulked out and shaped into something that looks healthy. It's a treat wearing a work shirt. A dog will love it. His gums won't know it happened. And the water drops, the ones you squirt in the bowl, mild is the kindest word for them. They might freshen the breath a touch, but folks pour them in and think the job's done. And meanwhile, the crust keeps stacking up week after week. None of these things are useless, mind you. The harm is that people trust them instead of the real work. And the mouth keeps getting worse behind a habit that feels like caring. So here's the honest habit. The old rule with any working animal is plain. Keep the mouth doing what a mouth was built to do, and the mouth mostly keeps itself. Teeth are meant to tear and grind, not gulp soft mush. First thing in the bowl, a raw meaty bone, sized right for your dog. Not a little dog gnawing something meant for a mastiff, and never ever a cooked bone. Cooked bone goes brittle and splinters into daggers. A raw one, matched to the dog's size, gives the teeth the scraping work that actually drags plaque off before it hardens. The gnawing is the scrubbing. That's the real cleaning, the mechanical kind, tooth against something it has to work at. If raw bones aren't for your household, and I understand plenty of folks they aren't, then a proper hard chew does a fair share of the same job. The rule is simple. Press your thumbnail into it. If it won't give it all, it's too hard, and it'll crack a tooth. If it flexes a little, it's right. Match the hardness to the dog, and always watch him with it. Second, look hard at what's in the bowl every day. Powder fine kibble that turns to paste the second it's wet asks nothing of the teeth. Something with real texture, something the dog has to work at, keeps the teeth in use. A mouth that works stays cleaner than a mouth that just swallows. And here's a small thing I'll give you for the bowl, since the title promised you a recipe, and I keep my word. Chop a little fresh parsley fine, and stir a spoonful into the food, with a splash of plain water. I'll be honest about what it does. It freshens a sour mouth, and it's mild help against the bacteria. That's all. It will not dissolve one speck of tartar, and any man who tells you a green sprig melts hard crust off a tooth is selling you something. But as a daily freshener that does no harm, it earns its place. Now here's the one that beats every other thing I've named, and it costs you almost nothing. 2 minutes a day, running a soft cloth or a finger brush with a dab of dog-safe paste along that gum line. Never your own toothpaste, mind. The stuff in your bathroom will make a dog sick. Get the paste made for dogs. Then just work it gently along the line where tooth meets gum, the exact spot where the soft film gathers before it hardens. You're not scrubbing hard. You're wiping the film away daily before the spit can turn it to stone. Do this and you break the whole cycle at its start. Everything else on this list helps. This is the one that does the most. And while we're being plain, let me knock down a few things you've likely read. Coconut oil won't melt tartar. It just tastes good to the dog. Turmeric, same story. A fine spice that does nothing to hard crust. Bone broth that dissolves buildup, no. These things soothe or freshen at their very best. Not one of them takes off what's already set. Now, the honest limit, because I won't send you off chasing something that's past chasing. There comes a point where the bowl and the cloth can't fix what's there. Lift that lip and look. If the gums bleed at a light touch, if a tooth wiggles, if the tartar's packed thick and brown down under the gum, if your dog pulls away sharp when you go near his muzzle, or the breath is turned truly rotten, that mouth is past home care. That dog needs a vet's cleaning first. There's no shame in it and no way around it. Get the hard buildup taken off by someone with the tools, and then start the daily habit to keep it from ever coming back. Think of it the way you'd think of a field gone to weeds. Sometimes you have to clear it once, properly, before daily tending can keep it. So here's the plain truth of it. No bowl trick melts hard tartar off in a day, but a raw bone to chew, real texture in the food, and 2 minutes with a cloth along the gum line stops the crust from ever forming again. That's what saves the teeth. That's what saves the vet bill too. If this helped you look at your dog's mouth a little different, subscribe and stay with me. Next time, I'll show you how to pick a chew that cleans without ever cracking a tooth, and how to read a dog's mouth so you catch trouble a full year early. Now tell me down in the comments, how old is your dog, and when did you last lift that lip and really look?